Welcome everyone for another race on the channel. This time we are back with the GTS series, which by the way stands for Gravel Trap Legends, not GT Legends, that's a game of its own. But we are back with the GTS series with the BTCC cars, and this time this is a circuit that is a first one for me. I heard about this circuit, probably seen some videos about it, but I never raced here before, and this time I'm just commentating on this. But this is Thruxton, a circuit that once was an airfield, now it's a racetrack. It's a bit flat, but it has some minor elevation changes and interesting corners. Oh yeah, and it has a lot of green to it. So yeah, I was commentating both on the race and on the qualifying. Same thing with the previous weekend, but was it on a weekend? I don't even remember if this were on a weekend. Anyway, previously I didn't really feel like it that the qualifying commentary was any good, but for this time I feel like I should include at least some part of it, so hope you guys enjoy. Alright everyone, let's do the commentary stuff for the second time in the row, bringing out the controller, and this thing already got disconnected. Huggy's lap timing is super bad here. Could be an out lap, but Tobias has a pretty bad luck here. He's going off-road in qualifying. Is he trying to go back to the pits? Looks like he's having a little exploration here. Just don't re-enter on the circuit in the wrong way. And he's back to the pits. So the lap time is still a 1:13.1. Nobody has beaten it yet. A speed racer cannot beat it either. Huggy is off circuit there. He went into the wall, so that is gonna be back to the pit lane once again. Less than 4 minutes left from qualifying. Let's see if anyone can improve. Smith ditched the Toyota from last week and now runs a Honda Civic. The Toyota did not give him good result in the previous week. Let's see if the Honda can. Once again, timer does not hit update. I'm getting a bit frustrated with that, but let's see what can Smith do here. So up into third, then fourth. Not touching the throttle, not touching the brakes whatsoever. And already within the 200 km/h range. And already up into 210s. There was a little break there, a whole lot more there, but still staying in the same range. Going to the outside and trying to get as close as possible to the inside there, on the exit of Brooklands. And once again we are getting close to hitting the limiter right here. Huge braking here, down into third. A huge brake there as well, staying in third. To 130, 140, 160, 170 across the line. That's still 3.5 seconds of pace. Unfortunately, still outside of the top 10. Let's see what can Itanik do. Starting a new lap. Everyone who's on circuit right now is using the medium tire, so if anything, this is a practice, and once again Speed Racer is once again in the wall, unfortunately. Now let's see if Longy and Steven are both on track right behind each other. This is gonna be pretty much their best chance at improving lap times. Meanwhile, Itanik is not far ahead of them on track. 1 second off pace there. Longy is the car behind him. So let's see if Itanek can improve. The lap time still hasn't changed. The target is still of 1:13.1, and Itanek is still P7. That was 1.6 off or 1.7, depending once again how you look at it. Now let's look at Longy. Steven backed out. He's not doing a lap. He's in the pit lane. If he would come out, that would be only on outrun lap. So let's see if Longy can improve. He needs to find 4/10 minimum to improve. Quite a hard task. Ask anyone. Either be real driver or sim driver. That is not an easy task. Especially since the lap time that was set by the leader was in the first half of the qualifying, and unfortunately Longy goes off circuit there. And with his chances thrown away, he starts in P2. 4/10 of the pace. Reaper starts in 3rd place. 6/10 off. And then SMC, Gun, Liter Force. And if Itanek cannot improve, he will start in P7. Speedway starts in 8, and the rest is there. Hopefully it's not gonna be history.
I was point three up and I ran out of fuel.
Oh no! Right, the only thing I'll say, like everyone knows the drill, hello, welcome, thank you, all the rest of it, is last week I observed a lot of funny stuff going on under yellow flags. I just asked that if yellow flags are called, then just call them nice and clear. Everyone knows the rules, no overtaking under yellow. If someone, you know, there's a little overtake there when the other person had to avoid an accident, just let them back in. But there's going to be a bit of a change to yellow flags. Yellow flags when we have full course yellow. For instance, someone's had an accident, they've called a yellow, that person goes back to the back. But you know, you've come around the corner, there's a big accident in the middle of the road, you've gone off the track and shit like that. Try and just be a bit, I don't know, cautious in the way there. We had accidents around those accidents last week, so just want people to try and file in with as best they can. The people that are involved in the accident, you're just gonna, I don't expect you all to go to the back of the grid. It's not going to work because no one's going to do it. The person that caused the accident back of the grid, the other people just file in where you can when safe to do so. That's all you can do. Saves arguments, saves mucking around. So with our normal single car accidents that are on the track, you know, normal what happens. That's just as it has been. But when you come across big circuit crashes, how do you police who goes to the back? Is it going to be 7 cars at the back of the grid? So whoever caused the accident, off you go, and the other cars just file in when it's safe to do so. That's all you can do. Other than that, we've got no pit stops tonight, and we're not running PLP. So enjoy, take it a bit easy because there's going to be probably an accident or two, and have some fun.
All right, let's hide my ugly face and get ready for this double header once again. So Steven, Longy are the first 2 on the grid. Then it's Reaper and SMC in the 2nd row. Gun and Lethal Force P5 and 6. Etanik and Speed Racer are the 4th row. We have 10 seconds until the unknown start of the race. And I will try to be quick to bring my van back. Lights are off and away they go. There's already, I think, Smith off circuit there a bit. And already a 3 wide at the front. There are lots of side-by-sides further back as well. But Steven is still in the lead and Longy is P2. SMC went up to 3rd and there's a crash there. And that's Itanik spinned out of circuit. And also, ooh, that's quite a risky rejoin, but also Tobias was involved in that as well. Alright, let's catch up to the rest of the field ahead. Let's follow Reaper. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a safety car because of that crash or not. We have Stoom who's having trouble at the back. But thankfully everybody seems to be in one piece and on circuit. Longy P2, SMC 3rd, Gun in 4th, Lethal Force in 5th, and Reaper in 6th. Lap 1 down, plenty to go. On board with Reaper. Lots of smoke coming up from the cars ahead. Probably behind as well. But it's gonna be tricky for some of the cars who were involved in that crash and now they are at the back of the field. As we saw it in qualifying, it's best to lift off here a bit and then accelerate out on the exit. And if anything, this is gonna be a fight about who can stay ahead and defend well enough. On board with Lethal Force, and ahead of him is a side-by-side action, and Gun goes up to P3, and now there's a little bit of a touch between the two cars of Lethal Force and SMC, but SMC is still ahead of Lethal. Lethal now tries to get on the outside, which will be the inside for the next corner. He backs out of it at the end of the day. Now what we have is Steven, who's the only Honda in the top 5, leading the race, and behind him are the two teammates, the two Audis. I say teammates, they probably not, but they have a very similar paint scheme, so I'm gonna go with that. Now Lethal is still in P5. And he has to find a place where he can attack. Stays close enough to gain enough from the slipstream. Can he stick it on the inside? He backs out of it. Possibly a good idea there. Lap times are improving in the midfield. The general pace is about 1:15 per lap. Ooh, lots of tire smoke, probably from Lethal Force as well. You could hear it in the audio. Let's stay on board with him. Inside you can see the revs rising and also the potential threat behind. Going through Goodwood right here. And there was a lead change, something that I completely missed. Longy currently is in first place and Steven backed down into second place. The Honda doesn't have that kind of oomph that it had the previous week. How can I miss out on something like this? Anyway, Steven is in P2, and now the other Audi is also approaching. Whatever happened must have been a mistake or something like that. In the meantime, at the back, Stoom drops down to P13 and Etanik goes up to P12. Hopefully Nick can improve throughout the race and get good result in it. But if not, nothing is lost really, because the next race is gonna be a reverse race, a reverse order race, or reverse grid, however you want to name it. Alright, Gun in P3, following the action. It looks like Steven is trying to get the pole position back. Trying to get the lead back. Yep, you can see all the sponsors. Staying close enough. Oh, there is a lot of tire smoke coming from the Audi behind. But that might be enough to get close enough. Now you have the first 4 cars all within seconds of each other. And look at the lap times. The first 5 cars, almost all of them doing a 1:14. The base is there for everyone. Longi leading the race, leading the pack at the front. But now everyone is super close to each other. Let's see if I can find camera angle on SMC's car that's not garbage. Okay, sticking with the bumper camera. Getting pretty close to Gun. Looking at both sides of the coin. Which one is the one that you prefer, SMC? Where are you going to look? Quite far behind from Gun. But let's see if you can get close enough at the chicane. The first 4 are pretty close to each other. But the rest is not far either. From P6 down to P8, everyone does a 1:14 once again. Lots of tire smoke coming up from the leaders there. And now Lethal Force is getting pretty close to SMC as well. He is within half a second. Meanwhile, Etane has gained another place at the back. He's P11 now. The next car on the list for him is gonna be Axel. But going back to the action at front, Lethal Force is now in the position to look for opportunities on SMC. He goes to the inside. Will he stay there? No. He backs out of it. But at the front, Steven is looking for an opportunity as well. And behind him, Gun is already on the move. Will he stick the car on the inside? He stays on the inside. Steven has to change his line. And now we will almost have a 2x2 formation. Steven is not backing out of it that easily. And they are going side by side through Noble. Gun backs down into P3, but everyone behind them is now gaining. SMC is currently up into P3, while Gun drops down to P4. I'm on with Steven. All of this action, look at this, 3 wide on the back straight, and they did touch. But everyone is still in the action. That was a bit of a cut there from Lethal Force. But all of this action helps Longi. Ooh, thankfully this camera angle is the same for both cars, but look at this! Oh, can SMC save it? He can! That was a massive save. Losing control of the car on the grass. That had trouble written all over it. Meanwhile, we have a car off track there. And that is Tobias. He spun. Not sure if there was contact or not. I don't believe there was a car around him. Might have been a driver error, might have not been a driver error, and we just don't know it yet. Meanwhile, Gun seems to be getting a decent gap here. On board with little force. And SMC is now back into P5. There is a lot of smoke coming up from that Audi. And that's gonna be enough, probably, for SMC to give a look on the inside. They are going side by side. And SMC is through. He's back into P4. Lap times are improving in the middle of the field. Smith currently P9. Hagi in Hagi in P8. These two are about 1 second of each, but they are quite far off from this front pack. Alright, let's see. Longi has to think quick. Meanwhile, there is a side-by-side going off between Reaper and the other Alpha. And let's see if they are still going to go at each other. No, Reaper stays in P7 for the time being. But Longi has to think quick and has to be smart here, because Trivon is there. He's close. He's going to look for an opportunity. Lots of tire smoke coming from Longi. That is gonna be helpful for Steven. Let's see if he's going for a move there or not. For the time being, the answer is no, but that time is about to end, I feel. Meanwhile, Smith and Hagi are having position changes. Unfortunately, I'm still missing out on some of these actions. Sorry about that. Alright. Leaving Brooklands into Woodham Hill. The lights are on. Lights are flashing. All we need now is a hand gesture saying that I'm going first. For the time being, Longi is still in first place. His lap time was a 1:14 and Steven did a 1:15. Everyone behind down into P5 still does a 1:15, so the pace is very much there from every other driver. The drive is there. Nobody seems to be off pace. On board with Steven. And he goes off track! Not by much, but that is gonna cost him. That's potentially a bit of a heat going into the tires. Might result in tire degradation a bit. And behind them is a fight for P3. The last place on the podium. It's between SMC and Gun. No smoke coming from the tires ahead. But SMC gets close enough to have a run on the Audi. Will they go side by side? That's a stupid answer. We are talking about SMC. Of course he's going to go side by side. He's just looking for the opportunity there. Can he stick it to the outside? No, but there was tire smoke coming from the Audi. Might be able to do a switch around. Meanwhile, in the background, Smith has a little bit of a bump with Speed Racer. Now who comes out ahead? Oh, they touch! They touch! Speed Racer is off the circuit, but he's back on it now. That was a close car. Thankfully, there is plenty of space to go around on this circuit. And speaking of going around, SMC is now in P3. He is on the podium now. 3 more laps to go. Smith is currently on the run now. He's going side by side with it. Oh, that is gonna be tricky. Oh, Smith. He was going for another place and we just catch the end of the side by side battle, which resulted in him going off track. That was close. Meanwhile, Etanik goes up to P10. If he keeps this up, he might start in P3 for the reverse grid. But let's have a look at the leaders. Longy still holds the lead there. 3/10 on Steven, who goes off once again. He's pushing that Honda as much as he can, but the Audi seems to be stronger this time around. Meanwhile, SMC is currently P3, Gun P4th, Little Force in 5th, and Reaper is in 6th. We have a drive to penalty. Apparently. I thought we don't use PLP, but it looks like there is one for one of the cars. Oh, there is Tobias off circuit. He might be getting blue flags, which is not a good thing because, okay, he thankfully he lets by all of the cars without problems. Alright, Longy still holds about 8/10 of a lead. He needs to keep it that way. Or even extend it if it's possible. It all comes down to how much Steven can gain on him. On board with the only Honda in the top 5. Bit of a smoke coming from the Audi, but at this rate it's no problem whatsoever. Sparks coming from the Audi, that's you can have those are cool. Anyway, Steven has to gain. He's 7/10 off at the start of the lap. Bit of a smoke coming from the Audi. Let's see if he can stay close enough for another run. I mean, my Smith improves once again lap time wise, but that is quite far off. And unfortunately, might be too late as well. True Noble and True Goodwood. These two sticking to each other quite close, and Stewart almost goes off circuit once again. The tires might be a bit cooked. Car might have some understeer going on. But all that matters now is that leading this race, Longy comes through the club chicane to finish the race in pole position. The best spot you can get. Steven finishes 2nd and SMC 3rd, Gun 4th. Little Force is approaching the finish line and now crosses it in P5. And then we have a side-by-side with Smith, who comes across P8. And Huggy is P9.
It was a pretty good race all in all. It was fucking intense. I don't know how you guys... I couldn't see behind me, but it was good in front of me.
No yellows either. It's always good.
Yeah. So well
it
done,
was
guys.
great to watch.
Now we're going to have a reverse one, so we just have to be a little bit patient and give the guys some room. Try not to force too many moves, because forced moves are going to cause accidents, I reckon. So take it if it's there, but yeah, probably don't force it too hard.
That's what she said.
Was waiting for that.